Hello guys, it's been quite a while, I guess, since I last posted anything, and there's a reason behind that, so it's a little bit of a story time. This summer, I was working a lot because I was saving up money for a trip I made just recently to California. And the trip wasn't just because I felt like going to California, or because I had friends there, because I was meeting people or going to see people that meant a lot to me. And it's not YouTubers or anything, it's the K-pop group SHINee. I went and I saw them in person for the first time ever. SHINee is, of course, an amazing performing group. They're very good singers, they're amazing stage presence, and each member is super sweet from what I've seen of them. But SHINee also means more to me than just a singing group. When I was in middle school, just starting middle school, I found SHINee, and they had only debuted like 2 years before that, maybe. I found them on the Lucifer and Hello time period in between them. At the time, I was hiding a lot more of myself than I was in high school. But I really liked their music, and I liked them as people, and I started watching them, and then things started to change. My mother, when I got to high school, I stopped dressing very girly because I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it in middle school. I just continued to do it because it's what people saw. So I dressed in t-shirts and jeans a lot, and I mean, my t-shirts were normally baggy because I prefer baggy clothing to really tight clothing. But my mother kept comparing me to my sister at the time period, telling me that I looked homely, that I looked bad, that I was chubby, that I was gaining weight, that I was not as skinny as my sister, that I wasn't all these different things. And it kind of destroyed my confidence. During that time, I dived deeper into liking things and distracting myself with anime, with video games, with SHINee, with EXO, with BTS, all these different groups. And then in high school, I started admitting things to myself, that I don't like men, or I barely like men. It's hard for me to like a guy. There's a handful of guys I'm like. I didn't like being seen as a girl. I didn't like dressing like a girl. I didn't like being compared to girls on my looks because I didn't feel like one. And then I met someone who I fell hard for. Like, I started to like them a lot, and they really liked K-pop, and so they kept pushing me into it, and I kept getting more into it. And then said person used me, and it broke my heart, and I started to fall out of a lot of K-pop groups. And then I was trying to avoid it, and then I met someone right after that person tried to use me. I met someone else who I really liked, and then we started dating. We dated they're still my longest relationship I've had. We dated for a long while, and then K-pop became more important to her than I was. And I guess that made me angry to the point where I didn't want to see it anymore. I hated it, and I didn't want to hate it, but I did. So I stopped talking about it, or I stopped watching it. I stopped everything. I even cut out SHINee, which was a group she didn't even really like. But things only got worse for me. My mother was still the same, comparing me to people. During high school, I got really upset, and because my mother was calling me chubby and things, I would go all day with only eating lunch, and it would be a small lunch because I wanted to lose weight, so my mother would stop complaining about the way I looked and she would stop mentioning it. And I did lose weight. I lost a lot, and recently I started doing the same thing again, and it's not been good for me, I guess. I've lost a lot of weight, a lot. I've lost so much weight, one of my belts doesn't fit me anymore. And I thought, what am I supposed to do? My mother tells me I have to have this thing. My mother tells me I'm this way. My family is always comparing me to people. I'm not attractive. I'm overweight. I'm not good enough at anything to be successful. That's the way that my family made me feel. And then one day when I was feeling extraordinarily upset, I was trying to hide myself again. This was months after that person and I broke up, and I saw on my Watch It Again section on YouTube, Lucifer. I was like, I haven't seen this in ages. I remember I loved it, so I rewatched it. And I loved it again, and I started watching more of their stuff. And then I saw an interview with them about how much stuff they've gone through to get where they are. And how much, particularly Jonghyun and Ki, have gone through and dealt with. And I saw things about Ki talking about how his life has been and the stuff he's gone through. And it reminded me that people are out there that are dealing with similar things to me and dealing with worse things than me. And they're making a good life for themselves. And it reminded me that I can do that too. So I picked myself up out of my depression state. I have not physically harmed myself in a long time, or almost ever. I've never cut myself, but I have done other things, and I've stopped not eating. So I've told myself that if Ki can go through all the stuff he's gone through, and Jonghyun can go through anything he's gone through, and Taemin and Minho and Onu, and they can all deal with problems in their lives and still come together and perform amazingly for their fans, then I can make an effort to do something well with my life. So even though I know that we're never probably going to see this, I'm still going to say it at the end. But thank you, SHINee, for saving me. I don't know where I'd be if I had not seen them. Not seen them in person. Seeing them in person just reminded me of all of it. But just seeing them go through so much and still care about their fans, still come out and care enough to perform that way or to help their fans or to do anything, means that I can give a full effort and something good will happen regardless of my past. So thank them for me sitting here in front of you now. And in the future, because I'm not done yet. And I'm not going to stop until I'm physically unable to make videos for you guys. I promise I'll come back. You'll see me soon. Love you guys. Stay cool. Have a good day.